Good afternoon and welcome to EBV NATCON Business Plan Competition Lab, office hours number 8, titled Your Team and Deal Structure. So this is a section 8 and section 12 in your business plan, and the nuts and bolts that we're going to be covering today. So section 8 is a management team, and in this section you just want to talk about, organizational chart, what's some of the major positions in your business that are very important, and who are key personnel that you're going to be hiring for those positions. If it's just you, provide a little background about yourself and experience, what qualifies you to do these jobs. If you have certain positions that are going to be filled and you don't have nobody right now, or you don't want to hire anybody full-time, find out how those positions are going to be, like what's the responsibilities of those positions and how you're going to be managing them. Like are you going to be hiring somebody part-time or utilizing an accountant just when you need them, things like that. Also, this section is you want to list down your board advisors or advisory board or director of boards. So this is just like, of course, one person. If it's you only person, which means like you're gonna need some kind of help, and sometimes in a business. So advisory board can be, business counselors, somebody from different industries, somebody that can advise you in certain things with your business that can help you. Then you also want to list down if you have your bail team, like banker, accountant, insurance, lawyer, like who are they, how you're gonna be utilizing them as well. So that's all goes in section 8 as you watch the video from YouTube channel. So that explains pretty well. The section 12 for business plan is proposed company offering, and this is just if you're looking for investors to invest in your business. You're gonna say, I'm giving up 10% of my company for $200,000, and here's what I'm offering. Kind of like what you offer for that money that your investor is giving to you. And you also want to list down when they're gonna be, how you're gonna be paying them back, how you're gonna be using the funds, to start deal with your business, and what they get in return for it. So, said all that, I'm gonna just open up the floor for questions because I don't wanna. If you have any questions, just shoot for it. So, Stephanie, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm doing good. I guess I don't have too many questions. My problem is a little off topic. I'm guessing I'm trying to do the cash flow a bit.
Yeah, sure.
The question I have is, I know usually it's like a month-to-month thing, but being that I'm starting a school, my cash flow would be from like year to year, like because I'm starting with kindergarten first and second. So I would be adding on new grades every year. So like, would that be a problem?
So what you want to do is for the what's suggested to do in a nuts and bolts is first year has to be month to month because you want to show your investor or judges or bank or wherever you go to for the money is how's your cash flow is going to work, like where's the money be coming from, how much, where are your disbursements every month, and like what's at the end of the month. Like they want to see that throughout the whole year.
Okay.
Usually it's recommended to go like that until you break even. If it takes 2 years, you would have to go 2 years by month by month until you break even, so you can show to them like when you break even.
Okay.
Then after a year or 2 years, once you break even, then you can do yearly. Like this year, I'm gonna make this much. I'm gonna spend this much.
Okay.
So that's how you can do. If you have if you need those templates for those things, just email me and I'll think I have some that I can forward to you.
Okay, perfect. So would it be a problem that it's the same every month? Like my savings would be progressing, but the everything else would stay the same. Like it would be no more additional kids coming in or anything like that. Those things would stay the same. The only thing that would be growing every month is my savings. So would that be a problem, or?
Make sure you so certain things can stay the same in expenses, like fixed costs. Like for example, if you have let's say rent, it will stay the same probably for a whole year until the lease expires. Insurance would probably stay the same for the whole year. But certain things won't. For example, like if you look into inventory or supplies, maintenance costs, you have to some estimated advertising. If you're looking to promote your business, that kind
Okay.
of tends to fluctuate sometimes, unless you're looking to do kind of like a set of money aside every month for advertising, like $500 or $1,000.
Mhm.
So it depends, and make sure it's they're gonna ask you if they just see like you put in all the same amount, they're gonna ask you questions. So make sure you can respond to those answers. Like like why is this much, right?
Okay.
So if they ask you for those facts, make sure you say, okay, my insurance is this much because I talked to Geico and this guy told me and he gave me a quote. That's his number, whatever it is.
Okay.
So make sure you can back up your numbers whenever you
Okay.
say it's gonna be like that. So if they say like, why do you have this every month? You can say, oh, I'm putting it aside. I don't know when I'm gonna be using it. Usually they want to see action happening, like when certain things are happening in each month.
Okay.
So like cash flows are for those type of purposes, like how they want to see like your business in operation, like how is it going to work,
Okay. All
you
right.
know. So yeah, make
Thank-
sure you don't end up with negative cash and
No.
big balance.
Of course. All righty. And I'm looking at the organizational structure. I think I have that pretty much.
Okay, so do you have any questions on that section?
Um, it's okay if it's estimated if you don't have a space already. So, I can make it projected on the space as far as like the facilities, equipment, well, just
Yes.
facilities, because I don't have a space yet. It's just structure.
So how do you do best about that is you take a look at the space that you're looking to have, like how big in a square footage, and
Mm-hmm.
if you look at the area, if you can find an empty building, it's always good to call the owner and find out how much is going to be the rent, right?
Okay.
If you cannot find any empty space or you cannot identify the owners or there's nothing else there, but you have in mind, like I need 3,000 square foot or 4,000 square foot, right? Then
Mm-hmm.
look at the average of square footage in your city or your county or your area and find out how much is it per square foot in this city, like how much do people pay. So if it's like $10 per square foot and you're looking to have like 5,000 square feet, that's $50,000 a year divided by 12 months will be the rent.
Okay.
And when people ask you like when judges ask you like why is it this much a month, and you can tell them like because I estimated right? I
Okay.
need 5,000 square feet for my place, and the average square foot in my county is $10 a month, so that's $50, and I divided that by 12, and that's what gave me monthly average, right?
Okay.
Another thing you have to get into account is the place, renovations, remodeling. How much is that going to cost? Or how much investment you're going to have to put into it. Then you have to call insurance company and telling I'm looking to if I move in this type of building of this many square feet or this many floors, whatever, right? They can associate the risk and they can tell you the insurance wise, like how much you're gonna have to pay for insurance.
Okay.
It's a best guesstimate kind of, but it's like you want to go a little deeper so that way when you get put on the stand for Q&A, you don't
Right.
feel like you don't know how to answer it. Like why did I put $1,000 a month? So make sure you can back up your numbers.
Okay.
For the electricity and national grid, I mean, you can always call the national grid and ask for history of that certain place or building. Like how much would they utilize it full capacity, or you can somehow ask them to help you calculate it. If I'm using this much electricity, what do you think the bill will be?
Oh, okay.
So just make sure, like in your financials, every number needs to have a answer
That comes up.
behind it. Yeah. So it's not like it's coming out of thin air. So it cannot be like that. So
Okay.
everything needs to be backed up. So that's why we do a lot of research, in the industry section and in the marketing section, just because of these numbers. So industry, like how much, what's the percentage of growth and things like that, right? So we know, like, okay, if you're say we increasing our sales are getting increased because of that growth, or because of this many kids come in every month that I accept in school.
Okay. Awesome. I got it.
Okay, any other sections?
I'm looking through now.
Yeah.
Um,
Elvis, we did have multiple questions submitted by Fritz too. Just so you know, I put them on in the chat function.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'll take a look at it right now.
Okay. And it might be helpful to read the question after you take a look, just so people who are watching out there can know what you're answering.
Sounds good. Okay. Okay, so I have a question from Fritz. One of his questions it says, how important is what you call your advisors? It's it's not like it's not that much important what you call your advisors. What is important is what you describe your advisors as being what. Because once you list your advisor like a name or the title, you have to put like a sentence or two about them, like what's their background, what they're good at it, and how they're gonna be able to help you with your business. So if I know somebody who is marketing, vice president of marketing in company X, so I'm gonna tell a little about him and say, okay, this is my marketing, advisor. I can just call him that, but I'll have to give a little description of what he can do for me and my business and what's his little background. So that's how you should go about, answering those type of questions. So the advisor name doesn't have that much effect on it. It's about the description, how you describe your advisor. Okay, so let's see what else Fritz can do. And he says, I have been cautioned not to call them a board, rather councils. Does it really matter? Board of directors and advisory board, it's different things. Board of directors means they're going to be having play or part in your business. So if they do have a part in your business, then you do call them board chairmen or things like that, because you're going to be have to paying them sometimes or giving them something in return. Advisory board, you don't give them anything. It's like they're just there. Okay, so Stephanie, if you have any questions, just shoot. Okay, so let's see what else we have. Okay, so Fritz has long questions, which I'm gonna have to read and think about it and answer it. He says, question 2, I have 2 experts in the field that I want to bring in return for a share of the company, one for 10%, the other for 5%. They both bring a great deal of expertise and, more importantly, a huge Rolodex of contact and influence within the community of my customers. This will take place on or after 1st of January. I will cover this in a couple of other places in the business plan. My concern is that we don't have a lot of space, and I want to make sure that I'm not wasting too much detail and being redundant. What is the best way to briefly phrase this in section 8? Where else do you suggest that I mention this, and with how much details? Thanks in advance, and I'll be watching later to hear your advice. So Fritz, thank you for that question. That question is really important and helpful. In your case right now that you're writing a business plan, you can, first what you want to do is describe these 2 positions that you bring in these 2 individuals on. So make sure, like, say, okay, this individual is going to be coming in, is going to be, let's say, chief operation officer, and his job is going to be this, 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 this. So describe the position. Then you can say, like, put in the later on into your, goals of the business. Say, I'm gonna, or his resume, you can put it attached to your appendixes and say, I'm gonna bring this person on. These are his expertise, and this is how he's gonna work out. So if you don't have him right now on, make sure you create positions for them in your business. So make that chart, as mentioned, of organizational chart of your company, and something like, let me see if I can write it out for you. You know what? So it'll be something I don't know if you can see it, but it's definitely a chart, right? So you can create a chart of your organization, and on top it's CEO. To the left is vice president of marketing. So once you have that chart, like important positions in your business, then you want to give little descriptions. Each position has responsibilities and qualifications for it, and that's how you want to go about, like, describe the roles of the position that these two individuals are going to be filling. And then you can say, I'm bringing on, vice president of marketing, and his role is going to be this, and this how it's going to help me with my business. So that's what you want to do within the section 8 of the management team. It's create those positions. You can tell me, I'm going to bring these two. I'm going to fill these two positions in 5th month of my business, or in 4th month of the business, and make sure that it reflects on your financials, your cash flow or income statement, because your salary is probably gonna increase up, so your expense is gonna increase, right? So make sure that it reflects. I hope that helps, Fritz. If not, just send me an email. We can have a discussion about it. Okay, do we have any more questions? Stephanie, how you doing?
I'm great. I do have one question. How do you calculate the valuation of your company, like of a company? Calculation.
You can Google it. It's called the discounted cash flow analysis.
The cash flow analysis?
Yeah, discounted cash flow analysis.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they have a calculator, and usually and then that will help you, calculate, see like what's the value of your business, like, or how much are you valuing your business at. So if you're looking to have, for example, 10% for, let's say, $100,000 of your business, which means you're valuing your company at, what, $1 million.
Mhm. Okay.
So then you have to say, like, why is it $1 million? How did you value business? Like, what's involved in it? Is usually like you look at your cash flow analysis, and you say, like, I'm gonna be earning this much for these couple of years, and usually the calculator is pretty good.
Okay.
If you find like this kind of cash flow analysis calculator, you can estimate that. But make sure you always have a backup to say, like, why am I valuing the business at this much?
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Do you have any questions on YouTube or?
No questions on YouTube, and no questions other than Fritz's out on the event page.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'll give Stephanie a minute. I think she has some questions more. Okay, I think you're muted. Okay, try now. I think you're muted, Stephanie. I cannot hear you for some reason.
Hello?
Yeah, okay.
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 We're better now? All right. No,
Yes.
I'm saying I think I'm good on my end. Yeah, I think I'm pretty good. I will shoot you an email if anything else, but I think I got all the answers to the questions that I had. All right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can email me at eavdic@svir.edu. And anyone out there that has any questions, feel free to email me or give me a call, whatever works better for you, and I'll try to provide you with the answers. I just want to let you know our next session is Monday, 12:01 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're going to be covering our executive summary, which is really important. I will recommend you all tuned in for that one, because first round of business plan competition is going to be reflected on executive summary only. And then the second round is going to have to include a business plan. So please tune into that one, and that one is very important, so you can nail that one. And actually next week are the last sessions. Monday it's executive summary, and then Friday is presentation tips on how you should go about presenting your business plan. Like I say, if you do have your business plans ready, if you need somebody to take a look at it, please utilize your SBA business counselors, core, anyone that you know in different industries. It's always good to give them different second business plan so they can review it and give you some feedback. If you want me to review it, I'm happy and gladly open up. So just send me and I'll provide you some feedback as well. So thank you, Stephanie, and see you Monday.
See you Monday. Thank you.
Okay, Mike. If there's nobody out there, I think I'm good.
Okay, I'll close out right now.
Okay, thanks.